Buzz Aldrin was the second person to set foot on the moon along with Neil Armstrong. A science graduate from MIT, he was a jet fighter pilot, flew 66 combat missions during the Korean War and shot down 2 MiGs. Honored by numerous bravery medals, after leaving NASA, he struggled with clinical depression and alcoholism, also being arrested for disorderly conduct, as revealed in his autobiography Magnificent Desolation. Albert Einstein's brain had an interesting journey after his death. The pathologist who conducted his autopsy, Dr. Thomas Harvey, kept his brain to study any abnormality for his brilliance. Parts of his brain were given to various scientists to study, but no conclusive evidence was found to be different than an average brain, though one study claimed of an extra groove on his frontal lobe. Layla Ali, daughter of boxing legend Muhammad Ali, herself a professional boxer, never lost or drew a fight in her career. She has a record of 21 knockouts in her 24 wins, including that with Jackie Frazier-Lyde, daughter of Joe Frazier, the arch-rival of Muhammad Ali. Before her boxing career, Layla was a manicurist with her nail salon. Yao Ming is a very successful former basketball player who played for the Shanghai Sharks in China and for the Houston Rockets in USA. Being 7 feet 6 inches tall, he was one of the tallest players in NBA, born to a father who was 6 feet 7 inches tall and his mother was 6 feet 3 inches tall. Oskar Schindler was a German industrialist who saved the lives of 1,200 Jews during the Holocaust in World War II. He is the subject of the book Schindler's Ark and its film adaptation, Schindler's List. After his bankruptcy, he was supported by Jewish groups of the people he saved. He is the only member of Nazi Party to be buried on Mount Zion. Henri Dunant was a Swiss businessman and founder of the Red Cross Society, which provides humanitarian aid all over the globe. He was the first recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize. Whilst on a business trip to Italy, he witnessed the suffering of soldiers in the Battle of Solferino, which led him on the path of selfless service. Naomi Osaka is the first Asian player to be ranked number 1 in the Women's Tennis Association and is a 4-time Grand Slam singles champion. In 2020, she was the highest-earning female athlete of all time. She was also the first tennis player to light the Olympic cauldron during the opening ceremony. Dian Fossey was an American primatologist who studied gorillas in the wild. She spent 20 years in the jungles of Rwanda, and her scientific studies were published in a book which was adapted into a 1988 film, Gorillas in the Mist. Unfortunately, she was brutally murdered in her cabin in the forest, presumably by poachers. Jill Biden is the First Lady of USA since 2021 and been the Second Lady of USA from 2009 to 2017. Being an educator and professor of English, she has been the first wife of a president or vice president to hold a regular paying job whilst her husband held office. She has authored the book Where the Light Enters, Building a Family, Discovering Myself. James Bond is a fictional spy character created by writer Ian Fleming. The name was taken from a real person who was a Caribbean bird expert, and the code 007-007 was taken from English secret agent John Dee, who would sign his reports as a stylized 007 to Queen Elizabeth I, meaning for her eyes only. J. Paul Getty was an American petroleum industrialist and one of the richest men in the world, but very frugal by nature. When his grandson was kidnapped in Rome and his ears sent by post, he negotiated with the kidnappers and brought down their original demand of $17 million to $2.2 million. The grandson, Getty III, was severely traumatized and became a drug addict. As a result of overdose, he was rendered speechless, nearly blind and paralyzed until his death. Curie family have been the most awarded Nobel laureates till date. Irene Curie along with her husband Frederick were awarded the Nobel in chemistry, as were her parents Pierre and Marie Curie. Unfortunately, both mother and daughter died of illnesses as a result of high exposure to radiation. The papers of Marie, including her cookbooks, are stored in lead-lined boxes, as it is considered too dangerous to handle. Colonel Sanders held number of low-paying jobs during his career, from laborer to practicing law, but was left penniless. Contemplating suicide at age 65, he decided to give life a last shot and started selling fried chicken to filling stations and restaurants along the highway on commission basis. Had he ended his life, the world would not have been able to taste Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.